I think it still could work out very well for you. You can make frequent ganks with that Shadow Step, because just with a TV being picked, Radiance is off the table immediately. You know, you don't want the reflection just to turn that back onto the rest of your team.
There's currently Tread's Blade Mail, so again, like we were kind of saying, just some early items I'd really like, whether that's you're considering Yasha afterwards, whether Diffusal Blade. You want to look to get very active with the low cooldown Shadow Step that you have. We'll see who he's going to combine with, though, because he doesn't really have the greatest heroes overall to look to make plays. Maybe like an early blink on Somnus could enable that. Potentially how much farm FY gets. But yeah, let's see how they're going to look to try and play this overall from Azure.
30 seconds.
Last game of the day, who's taking it?
I think Dire. I really like the draft. I mean, me for Thunder, it's just, what are you able to get? You've got some really good heroes to be able to set up together with Conquer and the Sky, so X into Mystic Flare. Even the Invoker can be pretty decent as well. You know, depending on the levels, the Shadow Demon can also roam with his team. So I think that's probably the bigger advantage that Thunder have with the early game. But I'm very concerned as this game goes on. Azure Ray is just going to pick them apart.
The battle begins.
I mean, Silent Knight does say that his team... Hold on.
Yeah, no, this, the hell of a vibe we got breaking out at the moment. Looks like with the help of the leech hit from Tianming, that'll keep them healthy to chase down First Blood. And they'll split away to opposite directions. Knight gets the bounty. Meanwhile, Other Knight also continues to buy back in Tianming, but First Blood's going to be picked up for Dire. Who got it? FY.
So the thing that Smiling Knight was talking about as well in the few interviews that he's done is that his team, they give him a lot of confidence, basically. They trust him. When he says, you know, do this, when they say give him one of the later picks in the draft, they're happy to do it, because more often than not, he is able to carry them. And, you know, he was in a pretty good spot with his Bristleback last game, so I can see why. This time around, it's the Terrorblade, and he's Grandmaster on it, and I think if you're going to, you know, fare well in this game, it's going to be on the back of him, right? You cannot let this game drag on. You cannot let FY develop into this additional core. You cannot let a Silencer sit back and just be able to get relatively safe farm. You've got to remove those safe-ish places. You got to take those towers, and the only one that's going to be able to do it is the Terrorblade.
What are we even like expecting the item build's going to be from Chalice on this offlane Silencer?
I mean, we see a bunch of Witchblades come out, especially if you're able to get a bunch of those early kills as well.
In regards to heroes that are getting picked up, and we haven't seen Silencer, Spectre, or OD, and Doom on Azure Ray, and I guess Conquer we've seen. We haven't got a Terrorblade today, nor Invoker. I don't even think Sky, so...
I'm just happy there's no more Pango. That's the big thing. Like, you could nerf him all this time, and he still gets first phase, and I'm like, please, just something else.
Yeah. He still seems very strong, but I think at least he's not at the stage where we're not going to get him every game. Hopefully not. I don't know if that's... Yeah, we'll
he was
see.
banned this game. That's why it was first phase banned.
That's true, I guess, yeah.
No gold.
Don't have to worry about the Rolling Thunder charging into the middle. We got some different spells to be concerned about this game in particular. What about the lane? So overall, it does look like the top lane with the ILICH and 9 up against Tianming and Low. Is this one... Because Spectre always a pretty big concern about you has just been your weakness in the lane. Can Tianming's Stream Protector offset that a little bit?
No, absolutely can. I mean, the thing is, though, you never really need to get up into melee range as this Skywrath, right? It's a similar sort of thing to what teams like to pick the Skywrath into the Undying for. Sure, he's not casting as many spells on the Tree Protector relative to the Undying, so it's not like you can just buy a stick and be very happy to spam out your own spells, but you're still pretty rarely going to get into a sort of situation where you get punished too heavily, and ILICH has done a good job of cutting down all those trees on the right-hand side, so ILICH doesn't have too much space to play with. Still should be able to get the pull off, though.
And we spoke about Chalice's item build. What do we think out of ILICH? Looks like potential double bracer. Are we looking into Blade Mail, Scepter? Are you rushing hard afterwards? Like, of course, offlane Conquer, I have to imagine, is very versatile as well as the mid Conquer that we're getting.
Yeah, I think Blade Mail is totally fine. I think you just need to be, again, on the offensive. You need to make sure that Silence is priority number 1 for mine. He's by far the squishiest on the team, has no mechanics to be able to save himself. So anything that's just going to enable you to get on top of him, potentially even if it means diving behind a tier 1 tower, a couple of braces, just some nice early value stats is going to be the play for him.
Okay.
Seen a lot of Midases being queued up as well. Somnus already having the gloves of haste. Of course, it's going to just be destroy power treads. Smiling Knight has Midas queued up. I think these two teams know that they're in for a long one.
So he's going to be able to get towards that Midas first and have that pay off as well. I would like to... I guess it's a little bit more difficult for a Radiant to be able to move through the Twin Gate up top, but with the potential first meta of the game, you know, like we were saying with that rotation onto Chalice with a lot of slows out of reflection, if you want to try and slow down the silencer, and you can kind of do that with ILICH having all the stats. He's not going to die in this lane at all, so we'll see how they're going to try and look to utilize the Sky early.
Yeah, basically the only lane that has a roughish time when you're playing with the Spectre, like Warlock Spectre is still pretty scary just because of how much of that AoE damage that you've got together. Traditionally, it was like one of the more passive lineups, but certainly not the case anymore with the frequent buffs to the Fatal Bonds.
Denied.
Does look like the overall these two mid heroes having a pretty good time. Denies will always favor the Outward Devour just with that nuisance of the Astral, but SLATEM's going to complete the brace, so we'll see if the, you know, of course, constantly we've seen potentially the Spirit Vest was actually bottom lane, F5. Pumping into Smiling Knight. He's got a pretty big one and Fairy Fire, so F5 gets the kill, but Smiling Knight will find a way to avenge his support. He's got to be cautious though.
No mana left on Chalice. Get that last word off as well. I think he might have just got himself inside the base. That might
Up lane now. Oh, what? He died to a neutral. Oh my, you serious? No way, dude. Alright, alright.
Warpine Raiders is scary, man. That nut shot, it'll get you.
Yeah. Watch out for it. It's a difficult thing.
All these guys just have Midas on the brain, I'm telling you. They all want it. It's just the temptation to think, you know what, this game's going to go a little bit longer. Maybe a little bit longer. Maybe one more usage out of it.
Almighty money.
So, is anyone else going to queue up? Is this treads complete from Somnus?
Are fortified.
No, not just yet. There's that potential. Tianming's actually going to rotate through the portal first. I don't know, Smiling Knight can take this fight, man, especially if Chalice is off to the right side, freely getting spells out. Look at the first kill, don't get denied. Oh, very close. But MJZ, I mean, unfortunately, you don't have Roche down at this side of the map, so there's going to be no potential for him to deny. Azure Ray, they're going to find 2 kills off the back of that rotation. Tianming, really nice read from him, being able to go through the portal. It does mean that, I guess, Power Rune's going to go the way of Radiant, but it's really not the big steal at all.
It was never yours.
Chalice doesn't have any of those Glaives of Wisdom leveled up just yet. Making sure that he's bullying out the TB as good as possible. You just can't trade into a Metamorphosis TB. It's impossible. Knight's actually gone all the way back to underneath his tier 2 tower. He feels like this lane is not laneable anymore just because of the support that he's got to be able to play around with. It's like MJZ might be looking to soak up a little bit of that mid XP. Maybe even go for a cheeky Wisdom Rune steal if he really feels like it. Try and make a little bit more attention happen to this thing.
They're really going to be quick though. They're spending a lot of time with the supports mid lane. She's going to be prevented thanks to the Ancient Seal. And fires in to create some chaos, and Somnus is going to be more than okay. So,
Dire are scary.
no one's taking this bottom farm. ILICH is kind of getting
Radiant's
zoned out
bottom
at the
tower is
moment
under
with some
attack.
extra levels from Azure Ray.
Should still be fine though. I mean, double brace, there really isn't any reason for him to be dying up on this top side. It's only a level 3 tree and protector. 2 points leech seed is annoying, but not unsurvivable.
We're going to go for this kill. Pretty tanky. Lou's not going to be an easy person to bring down at all, and meanwhile Tianming just chases over towards ILICH. Will be lacking the damage just for himself though.
Would have died if not for the Lotus. The third. Boots at least now to be able to play around with, so a little bit more of that mobility, get away from the lead flow.
Bottom lane. Chalice is in a lot of danger here. Smiling Knight finally is going to be able to be rewarded off the back of that. He will still go down nonetheless. SLATEM's first rotation. And it's a 1-for-1 exchange, so I would continue to stall out this Midas. Second death now for the carry on Thunder.
Like this is where a lot of the attention is and should be going, right? Like you just want to make sure that your towers are not dying, and you just get so much more space to do whatever the hell you want if that's the case. Got FY making sure. I mean, there's no meta now, right? For 115 seconds. Pretty sure Smiling Knight's even considering, you know, do I even come back to this lane, or do I need to just go into the jungle? And you just go straight underneath the tower there. Make mistakes. Yeah, and this game is on his back.
So one nice thing is the fact that the levels on Thunder are actually relatively high in regards to the supports.
Radiant
Need to see some kills picked up surely once that Mystic Flare is online along with the boat combo. But maybe enough to be able to blow up one.
Radiant's
They probably
bottom
won't have
tower
much left
is
in the
under
tank
attack.
afterwards, and we might see a fight break out before the 6 is here. Flying Tianming. F5's already got the Doom. A little bit early on. Lowe's going to be able to jump in as well with the Shadow
Dire's
Step.
top tower is under
Should be able to
attack.
chase him down as a result. MJZ is going to prove to be a bit of a nuisance here with the banishment, but it's not going to matter in the end. A big kill. F5 is going to claim it.
The deny there.
Three's a Somnus. Oh, why not drop the hammer?
Miss me.
Hasn't had an opportunity to use it so far this game. Sees a free kill, puts it on cooldown for 160 seconds.
He's going straight into a Witchblade of his own. It's going to be him, Witchblade, Midas on Chalice with the Veil of Discord. Quite like it. I mean, I did feel like early on they might be lacking a little bit of that damage potential, but certainly level 10. It really depends if he wants to go full spellcaster or if he wants to be that big right
Poppling. Banishment's going to be able to set up for the combo, but Somnus can react to protect him. Damage has been dealt, but the Global Sun's coming through from across the map as well means that Azure, they can get set up. They'll close the distance surrounding SLATEMs. He's okay for the moment as well. Either side utilizing their spells to help the reposition. They want to go back in though, Azure feeling strong to maybe get some of the members out of Thunder. They've got enough left in the tank. Low. His ultimate's back up, jumps over towards Knight, and now they're also going to be able to catch up to ILICH as well. So we see the Low cooldown Shadow Step helping Low get involved. It's 5 heroes required from Azure, but they do get 2 kills.
I'm not using a lot for it. And my main hope is that they did have some sort of urn to be able to play around with on Azure's side, but as long as Lowe's continuing to scale, and he is, you know, he's got the broadsword component coming out from the blade mail, and he's going to have that pretty shortly. And just consider the heroes that he's up against, right? Pretty uncontrollable damage coming through from the Skywrath, from the Tiebringer of the Kunkka, the Invoker, all sorts of stuff you can get insane value out of blade mail from.
Is this some concerning signs though for Thunder? Just it feels like any attempt they've made across the map has kind of been thwarted. Maybe now with this rotation out of SLATEMs and Knight, but still not level 6 on Knight.
That's my main concern. I really think he needs that Mystic Flare, and maybe Chalice is killable, but it's only Chalice, and he's even got the raindrops with a few charges, so we'll see how survivable he is.
I think he's gone a little bit too far away. They're gonna try and load. What is the damage onto Knight? Hang on a second. Maybe Chalice is gonna end up dying.
Understood.
Get some more intel and well done. Okay. And now hang on, SLATEMs. Tianming is through the portal. Somnus is here as well. Azure, they're the ones looking to play fast across the map. Even FI gets involved, so this tower's going to end up going down with the catapult, and there will be no response.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
It's a surprising amount of burst damage coming through from that Shadow Step. I mean, as soon as you reality in onto your target, it casts the Spectral Dagger onto them, and then you get a second use of your active Spectral Dagger to use. So it's like a burst 360 damage.
Almighty money.
I must say, I did not know that. I was looking at it, I'm like, where's the damage coming from?
Very
Is it got
powerful.
talents?
No, I don't believe so.
Did you go for that dagger talent at 15? I don't know if the 80 is a lot.
It's a decent amount. Helps your farm too.
I guess it's 600 nuke all up, right? If so... Very interesting.
25, yeah.
And he's actually going to go Radiance as well. So I know you brought up before, Reflection can be annoying with Radiance. I've also seen some people just be like, yeah, don't particularly care about it. So as a whole, I'm very intrigued about it because I have also thought that, you know, you're up against banishment, which I know you can toggle off radiance, but if you forget, then all of a sudden you've got some really annoying illusions to deal with. And if you will get those reflection radiance overall, so the evasion versus the OD versus silencer can be very frustrating as well, so we will see.
That's the big thing. Yeah, those two heroes are the main ones that I was more concerned about. You know, heroes that need to be right.
Again, dude, oh my god, Low not going to be able to get him just yet. Has to go a little bit deeper into the tower, which could put him in a prime position for Thunder to turn around, especially with ILICH's position. But Somnus, he's also nearby to protect him. Can they get him out of danger afterwards? So Knight's going to look to try and tip him with the Metamorphosis, but here's now a beacon for FI to jump over the top, and it's just disastrous. Azure Ray, one by one, they will clean up, and it's only Low that goes
Radiant's middle
down.
tower is under attack.
It is even going to be able to survive on barely a shred of life, and that's the impact of the Veil of Discord, right? Oh, look at try and get a quick cheeky kill, but no, thank you.
Radiant are scanning.
A regen rune up top as well. Yeah, that Veil of Discord is doing so much for
Radiant's
Somnus in
middle
particular.
tower is under attack.
Absolutely destroying them. Buffing up the Arcane Orb this early on. He's got a ton of stats as well. He's got the Witch Blade. Honestly, even... Ooh. Sunstrike going through, but didn't end up landing on anyone. Even just the
Radiant's
Scorched Earth
middle
plus the Veil of
tower is
Discord
under
is
attack.
insane amount of damage at this stage.
I mean, seeing what this OD is able to do, right? This is something that you mentioned is able to be very frustrating for the Conquer. Even if it wasn't in that lane matchup overall, just being able to disrupt the boat combo. This is also a hero that can be very frustrating if you're able to get some early items. Can be difficult with kind of the cooldowns early on in your positioning, as we'll go back. Yeah, we're going to get another kill. The triangle as well after this. They're also making a simultaneous attempt onto the Conquer, so it will be a 2-for-1 across the map in the end.
At least he ends up getting a solo kill on the Trade Protector, so amount of gold for himself. Experience as well. Honestly, the biggest thing concerning mine is you had a look at Invoker's net worth lately?
No, this might help if it gets the kill. If he's actually going to be able to do so though, FY. Not going to be able to see it, especially with the ward dropped on the high ground as well, so an opportunity to find the blink away. Yeah, this Invoker net worth is looking pretty grim.
Behind FY.
Yes.
What it is. Man's a beast, but yeah, it's always something you're a little bit concerned about. Already has the blink dagger going into the BKB. Again, like, outside of the boots, this is basically like a regular off-lane dude, right? He's just been able to make work off the back of some really solid laning understanding. Alongside Chalice. Chalice has only died the one time.
Well, this will help. It should be able to get another kill onto the Train Protector, but Knight, of course, will go down. Importantly, that SLATEM finds the net worth. Might not matter in the end if Chalice is able to just bring it down, and FY as well jumps in for the ensnare.
Tower is under attack.
More intel as well for Chalice to find, so you know something goes the way of SLATEM's, but then instantly the response is there from Azure Ray to continue to slow down this Invoker Midas. Meanwhile, Somnus is going to solo kill Knight down bottom. Sanity's drop. It just wait. No, Somnus, you can't do that. You got to confirm the kill. You can't just walk away. Back top. Chalice as well finds a Shadow Demon. Now we got a Doom out as well. Conquer getting chased back towards the T1 tower, but there's not much Knight's going to be able to do to keep them alive. Oh, hang on. FY still looking to go. Smiling Knight activates the Metamorphosis. It's a bit of an awkward fight now for Azure Ray. Chalice standing over to the northern side. He's going to be able to get the kill. SLATEM's Tornado's off the mark, but will still go down nonetheless. So some freebies.
From both sides.
Yes.
Yeah, a little messy. I mean, the value raindrops, right? That's the only thing that ends up letting Smiling Knight survive after all of that. Then ends up popping a Metamorphosis and dying anyway. So, you know, might have been better. Dying in the first instance, wouldn't have been unable to farm for this next little bit. It really does feel like he needs to amp up the greed a little bit, you know? He again, you're the one opening up the map. You're the one with the potential to push towers. They haven't been able to take any just yet. Mid and top, low-ish. But unless they actually go down, it's really just going to be Azure Ray looking to set up and run at you consistently. having a look at some of their wards, right? Very unconventional spots that Azure Ray have put theirs in. One outside of the Tormentor, one at the very bottom side of the map, just giving a lot of that safe, understanding a lot of the safe farm that's available on the map, and exactly where they're wanting to make a lot of these kill attempts happen.
Another one onto MJZ. Let's see what they want to get off the back of the kill. I think they have very much have potential to take Roshan. They're not the greatest tower sieging lineup. I mean, with everyone here and just a tier 1, they should be able to do it slowly. But of course, you got the Arcane Orb, you got the Desolate as well. That's only level 2 to help bring Roche down.
I wonder if they want to hammer on someone just because of how slow this is
Dyer's
happening.
middle tower is under
I guess with
attack.
Tianming's big
Radiant's top
roots
tower
hitting the
has
tower,
fallen.
it'll be just fine.
Dyer's structures are fortified.
Time they take that, you're able to TP away on low. He's got, what is that, 500 gold away from his Radiance. He's got
Radiant
Shadow
are
Step up in 7
scanning.
seconds. They're laughing.
Dyer's middle tower is under attack.
They're going to have an Aegis to work with now as well. So, what can we expect out of Thunder? Like, what do the plays need to be from them to be able to find some avenue back in this game? Because it's really starting to get out of control. 7,000 lead, and this game, or at least what we were saying, it doesn't look any easier as it goes on as well.
No, definitely not. And I mean, I think the big thing is, again, they just need to find Chalice. He's doing way too much damage in a lot of these fights, and all you need to give him is a couple of seconds, right? Is to get off his Q, his E, his ult, and then use the Veil of Discord. All he really wants to do at this stage is act like a position 5 silencer. A few right clicks are going to come out, and he's built up a lot of intelligence off the back of it. But if worst comes to worst, he's got the Midas to be able to lean back onto, so he's still going to get a good amount of net worth.
How are you going to get on top of him?
Bow as well. Oh, damn.
Wow. I hope that, along with the eventual Hurricane Pike, will be very frustrating. So, yeah, how are you going to get on top of him as well is the big thing. Like, you do not have that instant gap closed towards the backline on Thunder.
It's going to be a challenge for sure. I mean, that's really what I was talking about with a lot of those
Dyer's
early
middle
value
tower
items
is under
before
attack.
the silencer became a little bit more of an issue. When you consider it like an int hero versus a strength hero in the Kunkka, and you've only got 400 less HP.
So, what, dude, a global silence just for the Treant Protector, but I guess everyone else is here to respond and get the kill onto MJZ as well.
Felt a lot better if he actually died, though. Getting the kill.
FY.
JZ.
Chalice is also going to pop out as well. Oh, look at the pincer move for Azure Ray. I mean, there's a multiple fronts in ILICH. He's bound to run into someone, and he does now with Tianming inside the river. So, be able to get the kill. It is dragging them away from the Wisdom, which is up in 14. I think they might be a little bit too late, although they see Nye. Maybe not actually. They're coming. 5 seconds, forcing low closer. Go for the. What's the call? Is it worth your life? Oh no, I think he
He's still
revealed
going to
himself.
die.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he's got 2 seconds left on the Shadow Step, otherwise he would have gone for it. But yeah, all these deaths are worth so much. Like, buying the Aghanim Shard on the Silencer means that every kill is worth -4 now. It just
Bottom lane?
harder and harder.
Bottoms is in a lot of danger. Low, once you're able to get on top of him, there's no potential to be able to escape. He's going to try and TP out. It's a nice attempt, but was with FI nearby. That is not going to work out. Okay.
Your cause is doomed.
I'm a little worried about Kunkka, specifically his mana pool, because he barely has enough mana to do his full combination. Just 490, 71. He's getting killed pretty consistently, up to 6 deaths, and most of them at the hands of Chalice, or at least having him
Dyer's
close
turret
by.
has been killed.
Oh yeah, just FY's 22-minute Octarine gets killed.
Gosh, that's very cool. Small thing, but
This guy too good, man.
I don't know. It's good to see him back on this stage, though. Hopefully, he gets to play in front of a crowd. Keep it right there on. We'll be able to get. I mean, you're still not there just yet. Still gonna get the win. Still gonna get the series under their belt, but they are looking good to start day 1.
And these wards are still just revealing everything. They know where exactly they can look to make these plays. They know they're always going to be able to have the outnumber. Low is actually
this
down
is
here
Smiling
with the
Knight.
team right now. Yeah, that's the one.
Got the rift. Global silence as well to make sure there's no Sunder potential. They're gonna have to damage, so it's lacking at the moment, but
Radiant's bottom tower is under
an
attack.
opportunity to get that Sunder off. So
Dyer's
Azure
top tower
finds
is under attack.
5th death of the game onto the carry on Thunder.
And they're going to find another
Radiant's
tier 2
bottom
tower as well.
tower
So
is under attack.
the safety space shrinking for them to be able to
Radiant
play around with. They get their
structures
second
are
tower of the game, so at least open up this top side of the map. But that's not really where Azure Ray want to be playing anyway. At least not for the next 4 or 5 minutes.
They will also find another freebie onto MJZ. So a little bit more intel, more than likely. Okay,
Somnus.
dude. Just false into home. Well, no.
Silence is
I hear a Doom as well. FYT arming, I mean, they recognize they didn't need to help out.
Oh, they do.
Dude, no way. No way. He's laughing.
SLATEM's needed every little bit of help he can get, right? Like, he's recovered his net worth a little bit. He's been able to pick up that Midas, so he's going to have a bit of that gold coming through. But yeah, the fact that FY is still ahead of you, despite all this, despite FY not having the Midas, he's still going to have the Octarine coming through pretty shortly. It's level 15
Dire
as well.
are scanning.
Wanting to devour some Ancients, perhaps. That little bit of extra sustain for the rest of his team, maybe. Ancient Granite Golem aura.
Uh-oh, ILICH.
Radiant's top tower is under
With a
attack.
portal. Low's gonna follow. We'll take a little bit time though. I was up the dagger vision, but just gonna be okay for the moment. FY is hunting.
He knows.
He's got a pretty good read on this.
Of course he does. He's FY.
It's just him though.
FY God.
It is just him. Has he got the damage by himself? Doesn't
Oh,
look
not the-
like
what?
it.
Radiant's
Oh,
top
what's going
tower
on?
is under
Oh,
attack.
yeah, it's very awkward now.
He has no TP. Oh, okay. He's got
Meanwhile,
a- he's fine.
Somnus? I was going to say maybe he was going to run into SLATEMs at night. He's pretty
Radiant's
far
middle
forward, but of
tower
course,
is under
nothing really
attack.
to fear with that BKB. Is he going to go
As
for
well.
this? As soon as SLATEMs reveal himself, Tianming's going to be nearby to offer some assistance with the BKB activated Knight. Got a decent chunk of damage at the moment, but Somnus repositions out of the line of sight from Knight, and it's going to be it.
They didn't even need low for that. He's just still sitting down here on the bottom side, ready to join whenever he wants.
Radiant's
Just
bottom
be away
tower
from having the
is
level
fallen.
3 Shadow Step as well.
Village run away from the team. Bit of a freebie potentially. BKB activated. They're going to divert their attention back over to try and help the Conqueror. But the global silence will prove to be a bit of an issue now for Thunder as low. Strength toward the backline supports, and there's nothing they can do about it. Sunder brings him down to half, but it's given enough time for the rest of Azure Ray to move on over as well. Chalice goes in the firing line with a right-click damage will secure that kill. Great timing out of the Asher though from Somnus, stops the Mystic Flare, and now they can look for more as well. A little bit hesitant though, Azure Ray paying some respect on Thunder. Meta is out though, and FY wants to jump. He's still got the Doom at the ready with the Warsong onto 2. He needs some extra damage for it. That's where Somnus is able to come into play, and he denies a little bit too late. Somnus is way too far forward. They're going to be able to capitalize on that opportunity. They need more out of this though. Azure Ray have gone way too far, and Thunder, they will punish them for this. Move back in. Hang on. He might just kill them all. Tianming, not even dead just yet. Staying alive long enough to help Roy be able to get some further kills, but now it's low against the world. That'll be all she wrote though. So in the end, still a 0. Yeah, they do go way too far for that and give multiple kills over towards
Radiant's
Thunder.
middle tower is under attack.
They do, and it's a lot of streaks as well that they ended up giving through too, I believe. Even just, yeah, Somnus, the Wicked Sick. So ILICH now has an extra 800 or so gold to be able to play around with.
Radiant's
That gets
top
him
tower
so much
is under
closer
attack.
towards picking up the Aghanim Scepter for himself. And that's really what both the Invoker and the TB need. They just need that little bit of extra control. That's the sort of stuff that gives the Skywrath Mage so much more potential for scaling as well. I mean, we talked about Azure Ray and FY's potential for it, but I mean, if you can get multiple casts of the Mystic Flare off, multiple Arcane Bolts, it really does start to rack up.
There's something about today in super long drawn out fights. I don't know what's going on so far, but
The hard to kill meta, that's what's going on.
we're gonna have to go back live. We've got some more fights breaking out. SLATEM's, he's gonna be in danger. Suspected jumps over to the northern side though. Smiling Knight, he's also in an awkward position.
You know what? This Radiance isn't too bad if you just avoid the Terrorblade, right? And just go for the back lines, go for the Invoker. They can find a pick-off, which is quite nice.
Is he? Okay, they're gonna do
Radiant's
too
middle
much
tower
here.
is under attack.
Ooh, actually, okay. Oh, he ran, start a step back. Hang on. They're not gonna stop here, Azure Ray.
Under attack.
Maybe they're only forced to. Somnus, Ashut already along with the BKB. Gonna drag him inside the base. The boys are ready to fall up. They're not gonna let him die for free. Wait, Chalice inside the base as well, but he's also okay. What's going on? Splitting their attention. Can Thunder even get anyone? It looks like they should get Chalice, and yeah, they'll get one at least.
Spacecraft.
Couple of times now that they've gone for this dive, they're still waiting around. Somnus and low on the high ground.
Anti-dodge, not gonna matter. All right, was very cute to stop the Warstorm from connecting, but still dies nonetheless.
They're just outskilling them right now, and that's the sort of thing that a lot of other teams
Dire's
have built
bottom
their
tower is under attack.
their identity behind. You know, when I think of that, I think something like BetBoom. You know, some of the best players in every single position, but I mean, these guys were one of the originals.
Dire's
Somnus,
bottom
sure,
tower
really
is
showing
under
why
attack.
that is the case. FY, same sort of thing. Chalice hasn't been too shabby either. Low as well, really showing the power of this Spectre hero. If you can go for the greed and get away with it, and on a path towards success.
Ag shot as well on top of that.
Okay. Just fine.
There's a kill across the map. It's Mr. MJZ. He's doing a very good job to be able to set up for the Spectre, to be able to find some of these, and he's rewarded as well with all the gold. I mean, we've spoken a lot about F1 and his item progression, but Tianming now has a blink to be able to work with, help initiate some of the fights, and second row shop as well.
Yeah, instantly. Somnus TPing up towards that top side, the pure, the pure damage coming through from the Arcane Orb. Plus, he's also got the chance to be able to play around with this Roshan should go down pretty damn fast. That's the strength of having a hero like Doom, who is inherently tanky. You know, good strength gain coming through from him means that he can just put himself there in on the lane, not worry too much about his own survivability.
Roshan has fallen to the
Mortality.
Fire out. Even with 7 deaths on Smiling Knight, he still is relatively high up there in regards to the net worth. So
He's got to get the hell out though. They're
he
chasing him.
does. We're going to see this fresh
Dire's
illusion.
bottom tower is under attack.
They'll go to SLATEM so to the north, and now with the daytime hitting, they've got a glimpse of the Ghost Walk, and yeah, nicely done, Tianming.
I was
Make sure there's detection. Gets it bounty, not wasting any time for Somnus.
Got a min-max, bro.
Of course, of course. Try and
I
make
believe that's at least the Skadi that you've picked up now on the Terrorblade. You've got a Aghanim Scepter completed on ILICH as well. So they have hit a couple of big timings. The unfortunate part is that it happens to come right after the Aegis has been picked up, right? So if you're smart about things, you should be able to retreat from a lot of these kill attempts.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it is.
Bit too late to TP out by the looks of it. And yeah, FY just in the nick of time there, but the Infernal Blade once the BKB expired. So the kill into the Conquer, 45 seconds without him. I mean, still we've spoken a lot that it's Zero. It's
Radiant's
obviously
top
showing with
tower
their
is under
difficulty to
attack.
take these objectives, being 17,000 gold ahead and only having 1 tier 2 tower claimed.
More installed as well from Chalice. He's up to plus 40
Wow.
at this stage, and yeah, nearly into the BKB for himself. We were talking about what happens once you've got BKBs. Well, we're seeing it. You know, the Chalice, Somnus, he's had to use his a fair few times, and well, that meant that they aimed towards Chalice, but now
Radiant's
he's going to be so
top
much
tower
more
is under
survivable.
attack.
Not even yet level 20 as well, so that those glaives are going to start to bounce too.
Might be able to catch Smiling Knight down bottom. A simultaneous jump across the map. More inside the middle lane. They're going to be able to kill this guy. Mage back to bottom though. TP forced to pop the Sunder, but Knight's still in a lot of danger. They'll protect him with the banishment momentarily. He's still going to go down nonetheless. And with the rest of Thunder in no man's land. Chalice jumps up top. The rest of Azure soon to follow. And SLATEMs will not even be able to make it back inside the fountain. It's a 5-man wipe. And Azure, well, should be able to get some objectives off the back of this now finally too.
They should. They're going to converge on mid, make sure that they finally take out this tier 2 tower that feels to survive a good 10 minutes longer than it. But
Radiant structures
They're not going to get
are
anything.
fortified.
yeah, they'll probably get mid tier 2.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Something nonetheless. 23,000 gold.
Radiant's
Still have
middle
ages.
tower has fallen.
And it doesn't look like they're going to stop
Radiant's
there as
middle
well.
tower is
Why
under
not?
attack.
This is, I think meta was even used just before the
Radiant's middle
TP
barracks are
died,
under
so
attack.
once he's back alive, he's not going to have this big damage spike for 85
Radiant
seconds, and
structures are fortified.
one last fight potential for Thunder. They're going to try and make the attempt off the back of the smoke. Good luck killing low, 3,600 health with cheese, and Somnus as well can always protect him with the
Radiant's
Astral
middle
too.
barracks has fallen.
I mean, Global Silence maybe to try and help them be able to get rid of the buildings and also potentially enable Low to be able to secure the kill as FY jump out of the T4 tower. SLATEM's going to be addressed, and they've also completely muted the TP's effectiveness inside this fight and inside the entirety of the game as well. I mean, maybe Torrent Storm
Radiant's bottom tower.
going to catch a Tree Protector inside the trees. They do see him though, so it is a kill that goes their way, but it's not going to matter as these buildings continue to fall.
Gems on the deck.
Radiant's
They
middle
should be able to
has
pick it
fallen.
up. Now it's being picked out by the tree in itself.
And you're going up against the Aegis target still. Well, they're trying to secure the kill. They just will be claimed now. No chalice
much
as well. Might
damage.
just solo kill. Another pretty good mantage. So Smiling Knight finds a Sunder target, but it's just not going to matter.
Radiant's
They are
bottom
far
barracks are
too
under
ahead. Somnus can clean up beyond godlike on low. And Azure Ray should be able to take this in 2-0 fashion.
Radiant's bottom barracks has fallen.
Yeah, this should be
Radiant's
GG being
bottom
called
has
fairly
fallen.
surely. It really doesn't feel like they can mount too much of a defense off the back of this. Might be looking to make
Radiant's
one last
middle
hurrah
tower
here with
is under
SLATEMs, but
attack.
he just has not been allowed to play this game on his Invoker.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
One more ride, one more fire.
Zure back, man.
Radiant's
China's
middle
back.
tower has fallen.
Hang on. Now
Radiant's
Slums.
middle tower is under
He's
attack.
trying to back. Oh,
Radiant's
buyback
turret
Sunder.
has been killed.
Q keeps him alive. That is there.
Radiant's
We're gonna make
middle
sure
tower
almost
has
silence
fallen.
FI, so we're able to pop the BKB. And that Doom should pretty much spell the M.
Yeah,
Got
no
15.
mana. Constantly draining HP. Not able to eat regen even inside the fountain. They pick off the Invoker again. You can Sunder him 50 times. They're still going to be able to kill him because of how far away and how good this Azure Ray roster is. They're going to finish up 3-1 at the end of today, which is a pretty good record for them.
Yes, without a doubt. A solid start. Road to the international group stage.
Radiant's ancient is under attack.
One more fight is all they need to be able to claim this one in the end. Low did just buy Butterfly, so maybe a little bit more survivable. Not going to be the case though inside that fight. Everyone just leaves him. You know, FY
Alright.
down to the low ground. Somnus as well. Chalice has got the global to make him work for it in the end, but he too is going to end up dying. Chalice and FY though hand in hand. Might be able to just do it 2v5, but
Chalice
it looks
do it
like
all?
it's going to be the case. Did this offlane Santa is a beast. Are you serious, Chalice? And
Give him the
Moonshot as
rampage.
well. Come on, go for more. It's like, no, you're gonna be a little bit more scared. FY, help me, sir. Then we get the rampage. SLATEM doing a bit of TP now. I know, yeah. Now with low buying back, yeah. No, it was all fun and games momentarily, but there's all she wrote for our final series of the night. Cheers to drop 0 over the 2-0 over the Thunder Awaken.
Pretty easy in the end for them, right? Like, I was a little worried that they were just going to get run over because of the greed that they'd shown in the draft, but